these next couple games are pretty a good indicator.
This game is huge
of what you in terms of projection into the playoffs. I think 2-0 is 63 and 3-0 75.
This game is huge in this sense. If you want to try to figure out a way to get to 9 or 10 wins, which is traditionally what it takes to get to the playoffs, 10 more than 9, you got to beat the Colts. Yep. If you lose that, now all of a sudden you're going to have to find a way to make up for that by beating an Aaron Rodgers-led Packers team or beating a Drew Brees-led Saints team, which I think, we're dogs in. Maybe the Falcons aren't as good as I thought, so maybe they'll be able to steal one there. Maybe Deshaun Watson isn't the same player he was last year, so maybe that one will be a little bit easier. But you're going to have to find a game that you otherwise kind of chalked up as a loss to make up for it. So
which they can do. See, to me, if they lose to the Colts, it's not devastating because the Colts, they know the same numbers. So their backs are against the wall. They know they need to get this win to get to 500. They feel like they probably should have beaten the Cincinnati Bengals. They were in position to win that game. You have the Jack Doyle fumble, and they end up losing that game. So I wouldn't be stunned if the Colts come into FedEx and get a win. But the Redskins, I do expect them to win some games that you just chalk up as L's. And look, I chalked up most of them as L's too, but that always happens.
I would empty my account on the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. Now, I'd lose sometimes, but I would empty my account.
I don't think the Packers are that great.
Yeah, but what if he's
very good
Aaron Rodgers? What if he's 75% Aaron Rodgers?
Well, he won't even be that.
They needed a miracle
gives you a shot.
performance in the fourth quarter from Aaron Rodgers to beat the Bears.
Right. The
Bears aren't that good.
They hadn't even scored against the Bears. In the
and
first
I understand Khalil Mack had, some people say, the best half as a defensive player in the history of the game.
He was like Jefferson from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
But the more we talk about it,
car got
but the Packers, to me, are not the Patriots. Like, the Patriots are almost lock it up. They're going to win 12 or 13 games
Patriots
every year.
are next level.
The Packers
you have zero
some
shot of beating them. You might have a 20% shot, in my opinion, of beating the Packers with Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably
I disagree.
It's probably too negative, but that's just
they've beaten Aaron Rodgers with worse teams.
Yeah, I think those were
the team 2 years ago wasn't as good as this team. I don't think, and they smoked them.
This is a good team. They have some talent. I just think the opponents are tough for them. But but the more we talk about it, the more nervous I am that we're going to choke this one against the Colts.
Yeah, it's not a gimme.
Yeah. All right, let's go to. Let me see. Is it Vince or is it Vic?
I believe this is Vince.
This is Vince? All right, Vince in Acton.
Yeah,
Vince, what's up, man?
Vince from Acton. What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Two things. I go Redskins first. So the reason why I think we need to win this game, and not only win it, we need to win it the way we beat the Cardinals. The Redskins over years, even under Jay Gruden, have shown not to handle success well. And I heard everything you guys were saying about how the Colts should be motivated to win this game too. But the Colts' offensive line is terrible. Their defense is not that good. So they kind of resemble the Cardinals to me.
Mm-hmm.
All the more reason why we need to execute the way we did versus the Cardinals and beat them the same way that we beat the Cardinals. And then I would feel a little more confident that we have a chance to compete against the Aaron Rodgers and the Drew Breeses, because we're showing we're not the same complacent team as in the past who can't handle success. So I think we need to dominate the Colts. Seeing us squeak out a win would be always a win is better than a loss, but to see us dominate the Colts would give me more confidence.
No doubt about it. But I think you're going to have to do it differently.
Good about that Packer game.
I don't think they're going to be able to just pound Adrian Peterson 26 to 28 times.
Now, I agree with that, and I honestly feel like we didn't want to pound AP 26 times, but at the end of the game, we were trying to get him that 100 yards. That's what he got them last 7. So I don't think that's the game plan. I think Jay wants to give it to him 15, 20 times, and that was about how much we gave it to him when he had 93 yards, but they were trying to get him the last 100. So
I think also they were trying to burn clock. They were in control. Right. There was no need to drop back and get crazy. Right. I don't think this game's going to play out that way. Let's go to Ed, Silver Spring. Ed, what's up, man?
Hey, fellas. I just wanted to say love the show, but I fully expect the Redskins to win. But I read an article, I guess it was USA Today Pro Football. Mm-hmm. After a loss at home, Andrew Luck, and Jason will appreciate this, against the spread and straight up, it's like 85% Colts win.
Mm.
It's kind of a weird statistic, but you can't not pay attention to things like that. So I'm a little troubled with that. We need our defense to play its best game.
All right, hold on.
But I'm happy.
So after a
home loss, he's an 85% winner the next week
against the spread.
Against getting sick, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Career.
All right, but that's not the longest sample size in history, but
well,
right?
7 years.
Yeah.
Six, 7 years.
Noteworthy, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I love the show.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it, buddy.
But most of those times were Andrew Luck healthy.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's been banged up the last couple
And there
years.
weren't that many home losses because they were a pretty good team.
He claims, though, I read the interview, that after the 53 tosses or whatever, he said his arm still felt great. Like he had just as much juice in it as whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
You just got to stay away from the snowboarding.
Stay away from the snowboarding and the big hits.
Hello.
Well, the big hits. I mean, that guy Williams for Cincinnati almost took his head off.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that one looked worse than it felt.
Yeah, it definitely looked bad.